Did this world-famous woman, Mother Teresa, earn her place in heaven by her many charitable good works? None barely dared to question her standing with God when she was alive, because of her great humanitarian works toward the poorest in Calcutta, India. But she was not born again, and her doctrine was false. It is written, "For by grace are ye saved, through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." I have discovered one Heidi Baker. This woman's praises are sung far and wide because of her great humanitarian works toward orphans in Mozambique, for which she cannot be faulted. My concern in regards to Heidi is how many are being drawn toward false prophets, false teachers, and false doctrine because of Heidi's reputation for great charitable good works. How far-reaching is Heidi's influence in this area? Do we become blinded by Heidi's many good works and many signs and wonders done at her hand and give her a free pass when it comes to her doctrine and associates, or do we dare to question her very foundation? This shot of Heidi and her husband Roland with their orphans was found on a site that actually contained a picture of Mother Teresa as well, so the connection is being made by some in the world. Heidi and her husband run an orphanage in Mozambique, where Heidi is called Mama Ada. Is that on par with Mother Teresa? Just asking. Mama Ada and her orphans. Are we justified before God because of our works of charity? Do works of charity make up for false doctrine, false prophecies, unholy alliances and manifestations, and various signs and wonders? No, because good works to God is obedience to Him. Heidi travels extensively around the globe, holding various conferences and being a party to other conferences with false prophets and teachers. She has yoked herself with the following: false prophet Randy Clark, Benjamin Dunn, Charlene Wolverton, Patricia King, who can be seen fundraising for Heidi on YouTube. The list goes on and on. Heidi Baker can be found on the Elijah's list of false prophets and teachers, and also on YouTube. Now I ask you, if she is on the Elijah's list, what does that tell you? If her associates are those on the Elijah's list, what does that tell you? Does the saying, "Show me your friends and I'll tell you what you are," apply in the case of Heidi Baker, or is she above reproof solely because of her great humanitarian good works? Do we dare question her doctrine, or do we ignore it because of her many and great charitable good works? Just asking, saints. For you know we shall judge angels, so how much more the things that pertain to this life? It is written, "Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life?" You can read Heidi and Roland's bio on their website, irismin.org. They both have BA and MA degrees in biblical studies and church leadership. Also PhDs in systematic theology from King's College University in London. Very impressive. But why the need for that much accreditation from the world? To impress whom? To benefit whom? Just asking. I realize that for some I have touched a sacred cow, so to speak. If this woman is an idol to you, perhaps you had better reevaluate your relationship with Jesus Christ. Many missionaries have done what she has done without man's recognition. Next we have one Anna Mendes Ferrell. She and her husband Emerson have Voice of Light Ministries. When you go to their website, it is full of bells and whistles, touting reformation and change, Kinda like Obama's mantra before the election. Sorry, had to throw that in. And we certainly got change, didn't we, saints? Their website shows shots of men and women waving some huge flags around through the streets and a couple of shofar blowers, and bingo, bait for the sheep. Why do I say bait for the sheep? Because it looks religious, it sounds religious, so for the unlearned and undiscerning, it must be of God. This is Miss Anna, minus the airbrush, yet another of the Elijah's List false prophets. This is Anna and her husband, Emerson. On their website, in a video titled Fresh Fire, it says that a deliverance and training conference is to be held this month in Chicago. Her name appears first, so I assume she is the headliner, and the husband comes second in line. They also offer prophetic revelations on their website for a price. Oh, it never ends, saints, I tell you. If you go to her YouTube channel, voiceofthelight.com, or search for Ariana's channel, you will see her in all her glory. Miss Anna can be found on Facebook and Flickr as well. Next we have Joy Parrott of Joy Parrott Ministries, yet another of the Elijah's List recommended divas. I was only able to find one photo of her, but you can see more on her website. Miss Joy, seen here, has a ministry of dreams and interpretations of dreams. Miss Barbie of Religious Divas Part 4 has some competition. Joy Parrott can be seen on her website wearing a nice white suit, Bible raised up, and where an ad for her Crown jewelry line can be clearly seen. More competition for jewelry selling Benny Hinn. 2 religious divas are now hot on his trail after customers. I guess there's more than enough mammon to go around. Saints, you will just have to visit her jewelry store to believe it. I tell you, if these women had any fear of God at all, they wouldn't dare do what they do. Joy is also an author and speaks for Women's Aglow meetings, so that would bring that organization into question now, wouldn't it? The next diva in question is one Teresa Griffith Hurlbert of Somebody Cares Ministries. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? It's such a catchy title it is bound to reel 'em in, as it tugs at the heartstrings of wayward souls. The lovely Teresa of the Elijah's List of false prophets is quite the talented minstrel, and she has also appeared on the Sid Roth Show. You will need to surf her website to believe it at all. Teresa is evidently a musician of some renown, who charges folks between $500 to $1,000 a pop to personally tailor a song for them. It costs because she says there's so much overhead involved. It seems that the lovely Miss Teresa is quite the talented sheep fleecer. I tell you, saints, researching these women, I can hardly stomach it. I had to seek God for the strength just to keep going. It's so draining. These women are bold, brazen, and seemingly shameless. I have often cried unto the Lord, I just can't stand it. It's so sickening, Lord, and I'm weary. And he has said back to me in my spirit, how do you think I feel? Then I am reminded that these types of women make God want to vomit also. It's really helpful of the Elijah's List to put all these women out there for us to examine. I pray the sheep wake up to all the women that lay in wait to entice them away from the true gospel of Jesus Christ unto another gospel and another Jesus.